Alright, so we have a new ranged general in Evony, James Cook. For skill book compatibility, he is not compatible with the attack percentage skill book, so keep that in mind. You're going to lose out on 25% compared to other ones. And the spreadsheet doesn't add that into the totals as well. These are just here for your own reference. The other skill books, defense, HP, and march size, those are compatible, so that's good. We look at the main skill of him, he's getting 50% attack, 40 defense, and 40 HP, which is pretty solid. No march size, but most ranged generals don't have march size on their main skill anyways. Once we get to full ascension, he gets 120 attack, 85 defense, and 80 HP, which if we put that in perspective against other ones, that puts him about the same as Sydney, Brian, Boru, so reasonably top. The defense is a little bit low, but nothing too bad, you know. HP, he has pretty decent HP, so nothing too crazy. He doesn't have any march size on his full ascension, so that does hold him back a bit, but he makes up for it in other areas. For specialties, gets 75% attack, which is very good, 20% defense, and 40% HP, which those values are a little bit low, as you can see, but I mean, it's a ranged march, so you don't really care about that as much. He does get 10% march size on his specialties, so that's very good for him. His Covenant, 15% attack, which is very nice, 5% defense, 15% HP, and 8% march size. That 8% march size is pretty good for a Covenant. And the base stats on him are pretty much what we would expect for a new general coming out. When we look at his total attack, he'll come into about third place overall at 422%. About the same as Ragnar, just 1% higher. And about 10% behind Sydney. Now, what Cook does have is he has 18% march size, which is higher than Ragnar, so he's going to have more damage than Ragnar. But Sydney does have significantly more march size than him. So if we look at the increased attack, Sydney is in first and Cook is in second. Now James Cook is a universal general, as indicated by the U clause, and that means he has the leading clause, which means you can put him on the wall, you can put him reinforcing places like that, and he'll still work, whereas Sydney is only for attacking. So that is a point in his favor. When we look over the assistant side of things, his attack comes out to 140%, which is the highest of any assistant other than Ragnar. And his march size is 18%, which is very respectable. It's actually the highest for a ranged general that we have. The only ones that come close are, Genghis Khan, but he's not really a ranged general, and Li Shimin, but he has terrible damage. So if we looked at the increased attack for him, he really works as a assistant. He's the best assistant we currently have. Sydney is a close second, but Cook is the clear winner in that category. If we look at his compatibility with other generals, we can see that he is compatible with Sydney, which is going to be his preferred combo. That's going to be a very high, with Sydney as the main, and then Cook is the assistant. But if you just have Sydney as an assistant already, and you need a new one, Cook with Sydney assistant is also going to be a pretty good combo. There's quite a few that he's not compatible with. Electra, I know a lot of people use her, but yeah, there's a couple he's not compatible with. But overall, not too bad. Pretty great general. That's all I got for today. Hope y'all found it informative. I'll catch you in the next one.